Hi, everybody. Hello, happy Friday to everybody. I hope everybody's having a good Friday. We're having kind of crappy weather here. Last few days have been sort of rainy and cloudy, but to tell you the truth, we're probably due for it. Tomorrow, the sun will be out again, so everybody will be happy. So, just trying to, do what you need to do. It's not like the rain stops anybody from doing anything here and stuff. I've been out in it myself a good part of the day, just having lunch, hanging out, being at peace, all by myself. I'm the sort of person that can do that. I can be all by myself and just be fine. So, but today I'm coming and I'm having a little rant, and it might not be crazy rant. It's just sometimes I like to rant about stuff because there's stuff that I see that, sometimes stuff just bothers me and stuff, and I want to talk about it. And so I want to talk about today, don't put your feet on my couch. And I'm talking about this because yesterday I was out and about and going through my Facebook, and I saw one of my Facebook pages that I like, and one of my favorites. A person was making some rules for her Facebook page. She had reasons for making the rules. Tell you the truth, I thought it was really nice what she was saying, and the way she was saying it, it was really nice, nicer than I probably would have ever been and stuff. And then people seem to like go all out of pocket. Everybody started ranting about it wasn't unfair and how mean she was to make the rules and everything. And then a couple people start breaking them just to be like little narcissistic babies, because that's what they do. They rebel and do stuff like that, and telling her what she needed to do and all this sort of stuff. And so I went on there and I said, hey, it's her page. She can do what she wants. If you don't like it, you're free to leave. People talking about, well, I'm leaving. I'm thinking, why do people always want to announce that they're leaving? If you're leaving, just go. Get some gone. Bye. And stuff, and people really acting, to me, entitled and stuff. And I'm going to talk about that because there's some stuff that's about to go down here. We're about to talk about some deep situations here and stuff about boundaries, about codependency and all that stuff. And I could see it now. Folks coming up in here and trying to tell me what to do. And I'm going to talk about why it's not okay to do that with people's blogs and Facebook pages and stuff like that, particularly Facebook pages and stuff. Some blogs, people are doing advertisement and they'll take a little bit of anything, Personally, I don't. But, that's part of whatever their rules are there, whatever they are. I'm going to tell you like this. I have a home, right? What I'm sitting in now. I love my home. My home is my sanctuary. It is a wonderful place. And I like to invite people over to my house. Now, I'm not exactly the most social person in the world, but I do invite people over here every once in a while. But, although I invite folks over here, I have rules in my house. I have stuff that you can't do in my house, and stuff, and I certainly like to have people over here and stuff, but everybody's not welcome to come to my house. Okay. And when you come, there are rules that you have, one may be that you can't put your feet on my couch, and stuff. Don't matter what I do. It's my house. I pay the bills, and stuff. In between my husband and I, we pay the bills. We take care of the house. It don't matter. We can do whatever we like. It's our house. You can't, you know. Um, you can't come on here and, dirty up my couch. You can't come in here and start looking through my refrigerator and getting food and taking it home. You can't go rifle through my drawers or my closet and stuff. You can't put yourself in my bed and start sleeping. And you know why you can't do that? Because it's part of my house rules. This is my property. This is my house, and stuff. And so when you start to do that, it's disrespectful to me. Now, whatever rules I have, if you don't really like the rules, if you think I'm mean for making rules, if you think it's not fair, if you think I ought to tell you in some way that you would like, that it sounds okay to you and don't hurt your feelings about the rules, you know what? You're free to leave the house. You're free to get the hell out, okay? It don't matter to me, you know? If you can't respect the boundaries that I have in my home, there will be consequences. And the consequence is you will leave. Now, if you're mad after you leave, or if you're mad, or if you're trying to make me feel guilty about setting rules in my own home, and and telling you what you ought to do in my own house, and you're mad and you're angry, and I'll never come back here again, and all that. You don't need to tell me all that. Just don't ever come back. And angry and trying to guilt me into changing rules because you don't like them. Listen, that's your problem. You have a character flaw. That's what's wrong with you. You have a character flaw. People who don't know how to respect people's boundaries, either the boundary list, people who don't even know you should have boundaries, or the boundary busters, the folks that want to control people and tell everybody what to do. Yeah, you have a character flaw. Okay, there are lots of places, there are lots of people's homes I visit. I don't just go into people's house and start doing what I want to do. I ask people many times, hey, if there's something I want to do I'm not really sure about, I ask people about it. I don't just bust up in there and start making my own rules and start doing my own stuff. That's their home. That's their property. And that would be rude and disrespectful. I keep saying And I keep saying this. A bunch of people don't have healthy boundaries. A bunch of people don't even know what healthy boundaries are. A bunch of people weren't raised with healthy boundaries. They don't know anything about them. They've been guilted into bending themselves and trying to make everybody happy, and particularly black women, trying to make everybody happy and please everybody and accommodate people. Listen, I don't accommodate people. I don't care. I don't care. If you don't like what it is I'm doing, you don't have to be here. Essentially, that's the same thing I'm saying about my blog. It is a lot of hard work that goes into maintaining a blog or an FB page. That's some hard work in a Tumblr or whatever you're doing, trying to get information out. That's hard work. It's not easy. Okay, maintaining blogs, you have to come up with the ideas. You have to implement those. There's stuff you have to find. You have to keep monitoring to make sure a bunch of fools don't just show up at the door and crash the party. It's lots of stuff. My place is a safe place for black women, so I'm ever vigilant on the lookout for somebody trying to clown. Okay, and here I say what I like to say. Now, I've had a couple people try to bust up in my house and tell me what to do, and yeah, they've all been, roundly dismissed and then roasted on here. Okay, and it'll happen again. I've told people about that before. I have really definite boundaries. I use them very liberally. You will not do things to me that I won't, that I've made a boundary about. You will face a consequence. Usually on this blog is that you just get banned. Okay, you just don't come back. And stuff. And then I may roast you, if I feel like doing it. Too bad, too sad for you. I don't lose no sleep. Trust and believe. I don't lose no sleep. I don't feel bad about it. You shouldn't have come up in my house trying to put your feet up on my couch. Now you have to pay the piper. And so I don't go to other people's blogs and tell them what to do. And the weird part about folks coming to my blog and sometimes telling me what to do is these are people with blogs themselves who wouldn't let people do that on their blogs, but, expect to do it with everybody else. But those folks are what I call controllers. That's what controllers do. They're boundary busters. They got boundaries, but they don't want nobody else with boundaries and stuff. I'm telling you, if that's you, you got a serious character flaw. You have a serious character flaw. Because I don't go to other people's spots or FB pages or blogs and tell them how to run them or what to do. That's not my business. You can do whatever you want. I don't even care if you're talking about me. As long as it's on the other side of town, hey, who cares? And I'm telling this because of what happened to the person that I liked on the FB, the Facebook page I liked on the FB, and how people were trying to tell her what to do. And of course, people all felt entitled to tell her, which I didn't even really get. They all felt entitled and they were all mad and butthurt and upset. Listen, if you don't like my house rules, if you don't like the way my house is run, go get your own house and you can run it any way you like. Same thing for a FB page or a blog. If you don't like the way it is, you know what? You're free to go get your own and do all the work that has to be done to maintain it. You do that. Don't come here telling me what I should or ought to do. You're not doing nothing. You're not helping. You're not aiding me. When you're in this house and you don't do what I say, and then you want to tell me what I should ought to do, you're not paying bills. You're not maintaining this household. You're not cleaning this house. You don't live here. So why should I listen to what you got to say? Especially if it comes off as just rude and entitled, which is what happened yesterday. And it was just utterly ridiculous. I mean, it was utterly ridiculous. I couldn't even believe it. I was just like, people have lost their minds. Folks so narcissistic and self-involved, all they think is, well, you're not thinking about my feelings. I don't care. This is a blog, and I do this blog stuff, and I do my, YouTube channel and all this stuff. Listen, I don't know y'all from a can of paint. Y'all don't know me. I've already told you what it is that I expect. If you can't do it, if it's too overwhelming for you, if you feel bad about it, if you don't like my message, you don't like the way I deliver it, you don't like anything about me, then gone. It's no loss. This person explained once again why she was doing this, and that she still didn't care what folks said. She was going to ban people that broke her rules. And that was it. Which is what you should do if you're a person setting boundaries. Once people start doing boundary busting and the boundaryless start coming in and telling you why you should never have boundaries and all that stuff, all you need to do is once again defend and reiterate your boundaries, and then let people start facing the consequences. Then people know, oh yeah, she really does have boundaries. It's not for you to somehow take the boundaries down or somehow start opening up the gate and letting a bunch of foolishness in. That's not it. That's not how you solve that issue. And folks are all like, well, you may not have people in your life. You may alienate a bunch of people. You know what? I don't care about alienating a bunch of people. All I care about is other people who have healthy boundaries and can honor mine. If that's 5 people, then me and them 5 people going to be cool. Everybody else, I could care less. Because if you can't honor someone's boundaries, if you can't honor someone's rules, if you all but hurt every time somebody tells you on their property what they will and will not accept, if you're insulted somehow by it, then you know what? That's your problem. I'm telling you, you have a character flaw. You need to get some help for that. It's not my character flaw. It's yours. And I'm saying this just to sort of reiterate as we get into this next part of what I'm going to be talking about, trying to help and aid Black women. Well, you won't be able to help all Black women. Well, Black women without boundaries, hey, that's them. I can't help everybody. That's just how that is. So some people just going to have to be left to the side. If people hurt about me making boundaries, if people are hurt about me telling, yeah, you can't come on here and clown up in here and try to tell me what to do, then, you just miss out. I'm not missing nothing. You're missing out. If you don't get to get into my house, I'm not missing nothing. You're missing out. If it's just me and Mr. Berg up in this house, we cool. But people need to figure out some healthy boundaries. All that goes into having healthy boundaries, having some wisdom, being mature. Because there are too many immature grown people on the web. I mean, sometimes it's like talking to a bunch of 10-year-olds. And I'm thinking, you can't be a grown person. Because grown people don't act like that. But my thought is, yeah, because a bunch of people don't even know that they don't have any boundaries. But I'm going to teach you, once again, we're going to talk about that and how you get some and how you make sure that people don't violate your boundaries and what you do when people try to make you feel guilty and try to get mad at you and hurt and want to blame you for their problems because you got boundaries. That's not your problem. It's not my problem. Keep your feet off my couch. This rant is probably the last one I'll be having about this. If you don't like it, if you're feeling some kind of way about it, bye. That's the best I can tell you. I won't be hurt. I won't be destroyed. I don't like boundaryless people, and I don't like boundary busters. I do not like those sorts of people. Sorry. If you feel that way, if you feel I'm insulting you as a boundaryless person or a controller or whatever, sorry. I don't like those kind of people. I do not want them anywhere near me. You will not be trying to, have your character flaw enter into my life. That won't be happening. So I suggest that everybody, if you're on the YT channel, this is for you too. If you're on the blog, Married Girl in the Weird World, this is all for y'all. Everybody that come across this needs to know. I don't do it to other people. I don't disrespect people. And I don't expect people to disrespect me. That's it. End of story. So, if you want to if you respect me, I respect you, and we'll be all good. Like I say, as a Taurus, I don't argue, but I will certainly tell you how you need to stay in your lane. Okay. I don't argue with people, but I certainly will tell you how you need to stay up in your lane and get out of mine. Okay. So, that's what it's all about. So hopefully that'll help people understand, why it's okay for people to make rules, even if you don't like the rules at the place that they make them. If you don't like them, then go somewhere else. But, it's not okay for you to try to guilt them or maybe be angry with them because they made a rule. That's totally immature. So, everybody have a good Friday, a good rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you later next week. Like I said, we'll be talking again about how to get your boundaries made. We'll be talking about the fixing yourself challenge and kind of what happened and stuff. And I'll be reading some stuff that I got from some folks who participated in it. It was really positive stuff, and I want to share that with you all and stuff, and so we'll be talking about that stuff on next week. So I will see you next week. Bye-bye.